Hey, thanks for joining me back here at 11:15. I appreciate your time. I just, first of all, I want to apologize for not being on for a little bit. I have such trouble forcing anything that I feel is inauthentic. Therefore, doing sign readings and such, that just deal with the minutia of love, career, and all that, just it doesn't enthuse me. So I decided I'm just not gonna do that anymore. I will do it as a personal reading, but there would be better people to ask for a personal reading. I certainly can. I can do a fantastic personal reading. Excuse me, Mr. Thing. Okay. But, if someone's looking for something along the lines of getting further details about the minutia of life on the daily, there's much better people to see about that. Two things. So this card jumped out at me. Sometimes when I pass my table here, now you can see it's kind of messy, but you can see I've got cards, just decks out, and they know they can yell at me to grab them whenever. So that deck there kind of gave me a nudge earlier. Also, upon attempting to start this reading, just a lot of pushback. I don't know if someone out there might be experiencing, just difficulty right now, wherein everything, even the smallest task, seems like why does this need to be so difficult? So that could be something for someone. But we do have this here. This message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty. You'll come out winning from everything that may come your way. It also is also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share, yet you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get this message to others. So that could be specifically for me. Or, as I like to think of it, any reading wherein it's coming through at this time, I feel like, may very well be for the collective. We'll see, though. I did attempt to film one last week, and it became stunningly obvious that it was definitely a personal reading for me and me alone, and it was not for sharing. So all right, with all of that being said, I'm sure that we're all feeling the disturbance in the force, as it were. I do feel compelled to lay this as well. We've got ceremony. Interesting. What do we have in regard to this good luck card? Anything else about this uncertainty and what we can do about it? Now we're going through a lot of planetary alignment things. We've got eclipses out the wazoo. We've got this, that, and the other thing happening. We've got, the Gatorades in the microwave upcoming, and just all the good stuff. If you're into the astrology aspect, certainly go check that out. Damn, I think that card wanted to come out and it didn't. This deck feels uncertain. I feel like whatever's in here is meant to be pulled later. Okay, let us see if this deck has anything for us. Oh, excuse me. You may feel like you're just having to fight everything right now. Just to get anywhere. Just fight, 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 fight. Shield your energy. Look beneath the surface. MF and frog again. Don't get me started about frogs. Anyway. Don't make me turn this into another personal reading. For Christ's sake. Anyway. So we got ceremony here. And this good luck and the shield your energy. Look beneath the surface. Maybe referencing some need for rest, relaxation, some meditation, journaling, so on and so forth. What else do we have about this? Spiritual awakening. Spirit messages. Observe limitations. And I wanted to say observe invitations. Observe when you're maybe seeing some signs. Write them bad boys down. They're coming at you for a reason. The universe doesn't work in mysterious ways just for your entertainment. It's it might give you a sense of peace, a sense of well-being, to know that the universe is talking to you. But at the same time, these things happen for good reason. They're not just for entertainment purpose. It's meant to grow you. It's meant to help. So definitely take them for more than what they may seem on the surface. Definitely look out for that 777. Watch for frogs. Watch for not just birds, mind you, but birds that may seem out of place or oddly in a specific place. Like it seems like they're there to make certain that you're seeing them. Things of that nature. Anything further on this? I love and hate this deck, but it feels like it wants to say something, so... Anything further on this here? If this Mamma Jamma were just a little smaller, that would be great. Jeez, no, honey, we're not reading all of those. Thank you, sorry. Was this inverted the entire time? Looks like, okay. Practice Clairvoyance card came into my view as I was putting those back together. Huh, cute. We have Respect Guidance Dreams. Sleep can be a time of mystical awakening. Not all dreams convey intuitive messages, but drawing this card indicates you're currently receiving some interesting sixth sense guidance between the sheets. At dawn, quickly record the vivid, memorable nuances of your nocturnal adventures. Discern which of your nightly dreams deserve your waking attention. So yeah, definitely calling more attention to the signs. They don't just happen, in dreams or in waking life. And the more receptive you are to them, either way, be it in your dream state or your waking life, the more receptive, the more they're going to come. So definitely, yeah, this is, definitely calling attention to all other cards here. You're being given guidance and you're being asked to please pay attention to it. Did happen to glance at this. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Interesting. Always a good message, but I don't feel like it necessarily really ties to this. Some of us may be having a bit of a struggle right now, which, considering the planetary hoo-ha going on, you notice my computer is just having itself a little time over there. I don't know what's going on. My mouse is not being touched. It is right there by my keyboard. Who knows what's happening? It's just doing its own thing. Okay, cool. So I guess it's just going to flip on and off when it decides it needs to chime in or give confirmation on something. I don't know. Whose rock is this? I feel like someone feels very drawn to this. I don't know why I felt it necessary to mention that. I don't know exactly what it is. I can't recall. I got it at a trade show of some sort. Just thought it was gorgeous. Liked the energy of it. Reminds me of trips I've had to the ocean, which I find to be absolutely cathartic. Anything else on this? Anything further? This isn't even the right deck for right now. Tell me what to do. God, I'm do this, do that, do everything at the same time. Could that be something you're struggling with as well? Perhaps. Anything further on this? Hell, we could be in for a short and sweet one here. I am going to see about shuffling like so. These cards are ginormous. Ma'am. Is a woman giving you shit? I feel like you just want to say, ma'am. Come on. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't. I feel like there are a lot of energies going on for everyone right now in regard to the minutia of everyday life. There are amazing readers out there that will cover all of that and more for you. But I just don't want to, bro. I don't want to know everybody's shit. I really don't. I'm not into drama. I'm not into knowing the tea on everybody. It's not my jam. Okay, super. Thank you. That could be something of importance for you too. Maybe it's time to step back from the drama and the minutia and just focus more on the spiritual. So, we have listen for words of wisdom. I wish we could get some focus here. Literally and figuratively, and for all of us, please and thank you. Can we have some MF and focus? Notice what is being said. Wise and well-timed advice from a loved one, a poignant line delivered in a movie or podcast, or a conversation overheard on the street that speaks to a situation in your life may hold important intuitive guidance. The written word proves profound. You know, it's funny. I'll frequently just have whatever playing on the TV and or on the radio, and it will just coincide so beautifully with a thought that I may be having. And you know, the signs are just, they're rampant. They're rampant if you pay attention. The universe is in a constant state of trying to connect. It's trying to help us all. And it's funny, you're really being not asked, not guided, but rugby style shoved into just paying attention to your guidance at this time. Maybe speaking with some people out there who don't necessarily trust their intuition, and maybe just take the signs as, oh, quinky dink, whatever. No, it's not a coincidence. And don't think, oh, I'm not that person. I don't have any sort of special bullshit. We all have some sort of special. We all have this power. It's just a matter of seeing it. If you allow it, the universe will speak to you. Period. If you believe it's going to happen, it will start happening furiously. You don't need to do spell work. You don't need to, do any magical whatever, etc. so forth. You don't need to wear crystals or meditate or nothing. You don't need it. Now it's fun. It's cool. It's a connection on a different level. But it's something else entirely. You don't need those things to make the signs happen. They will come to you. We also have ground into the physical world. Paying attention and managing the practical details of earthly life encourages mystical attunement. Why is everything just so foggy? Interesting. Create financial security. Stabilize. Yeah, we need stabilization with this fucking camera. That's what we need. Your work and living situations. Or nail down any other aspects of earthly life within your control. This establishes a strong foundation for your psychic abilities. Stay on top of responsibilities and be pragmatic. Yeah, you're really being asked to tune in to the universe here for sure. It has something important to tell you, and you may realize after seeing this, oh, that's what that was about. Yep. I can see it. I can see it happening for sure. Some awesome tips. The phrase spiritual meaning, the phrase dream meaning, and the phrase angel number. So, correspondingly, if you see a number that it grabs your attention more so than you would have thought perhaps a number should have, look that up on Google. Real easy peasy for you. You just go to your Google search and you put in angel number, whatever the number is, meaning, and it'll bring you up a meaning. And I bet you any money it will coincide with something that's going on for you in your current thought process. Dream meaning, that's for if it was a dream, or if it just feels like something that was just surreal and odd. Perhaps you had a waking thought, but you don't know where it came from necessarily. Looking up the dream meaning on that can be very helpful as well. And spiritual meaning, the same. Also, looking up spirit animal meanings when you have an animal cross your path where it just feels like, that was different. So yeah, definitely keep those in mind for sure. Little things like that, they're happening all around you all the time. All you need to do is tune in, look for the meanings. This day and age is phenomenal for this type of thing. Like, definitely take advantage for sure. Because the resources are out there. You don't need all the books like I needed when I was a teenager. You don't need them anymore. Oh man, I wish Google wasn't what it is now. I am big jelly. Also, additionally, depending on how far you go into your interest in esoteric topics, there is a YouTube site for which I really dig. It's Esoterica on YouTube. Very cool subject matter on there. Very interesting stuff. I urge you to check it out. But back to our regularly scheduled bullshit here. All right. And still with this focus. Honestly, honey, it might be about a month until focus comes to you or any of us. Everything is in a blender right now. And everybody's on a mix cycle. I'm not saying that I believe that like the reason my camera gets a little blurry and stuff is only because like the energies are off or whatever, or the mojo isn't rising properly or what have you. But I'm just saying, like, it did bring that to mind. So keep that in mind. We don't all need to know exactly what's going to happen at all times to be having our heads on straight and being in control of our lives and being in the driver's seat. It's just impossible to know everything at all times. And the signs are amazing from the universe. It's fantastic. They're helpful. But fact of the matter is, you don't need to know every last thing. Not everything is meant to be known. You'll be allowed to know what you're allowed to know. You can ask till your face turns blue, but you're only going to be allowed to see the information that you're allowed to see. That's just how it works. You're never going to be shown something that you weren't meant to find out. And on to our next. All right. I would love for this to not be blurry. Oh my goodness. Can anyone see this? Are we supposed to be able to read this card? Okay. Others are not privy to your soul's plans and purposes for this lifetime, which are revealed incrementally. Soul contracts you have with individuals, companies, groups, and places are highly personal. It's always smart to seek expert outside counsel, yet integrate that with your sixth sense perceptions and lived experience wisdom. So, if there's anything that's sticking in your craw around this time, be it from a spiritual standpoint, I would definitely recommend, get a personal reading from someone who does things on a more spiritual wavelength. If something is bothering you more in a day-to-day sense, the love and romance and the family and the career and all that, might not be a bad idea to get a reading from someone and see if they can offer some guidance. Do we have anything else on this topic? Anything further on this topic? Thank you. Rest. I'm not even getting like physical rest. I'm getting like emotional rest. That noise was my cat pawing at the wall. Maybe you feel like you're doing that too. Maybe you feel like you're a declawed house cat that just can't get any traction. You're just clawing at the walls. What else do we have here? Adaptation. Interesting. Right now is a great time to be practicing adaptation. Just because we have so much up in the air, so much is going on, everything is up in a cosmic blender right now. It's hard to say what might happen next. Adapting for your comfort, adapting for changes, and I think that might tie into that frog there too. Frogs change. Frogs have a lot of different stages and whatnot that they go through. Um, and shielding your energy and looking beneath the surface, I think that really ties into the adaptation. Perhaps you need to determine how to best use your energy for your own greater good and focus more energy on your spiritual side. And really, if you're not necessarily the type of person who normally delves too deeply into their psyche or pays much attention to their spiritual path, might be a good time to adapt, kind of put a rest on that daily grind stuff, and maybe focus more on something with a little more substance. I want to use this deck, but something tells me something goofy is going to come out of here. Like, do you have a similar situation right now? Like, do you want to do something, but you're just unsure and you're like, this is going to be stupid. This is going to be a mistake. Anything further on this? Innocence. Perhaps you're the type of person who doesn't necessarily go all in on all this spiritual stuff. Perhaps it's not your typical cup of tea, whatever. Maybe you're the type of person who has been taught all their life that, like, this kind of thing is a little dark, a little evil, maybe, against God, but maybe that sense of innocence is the best place to start. I'm not saying go out tomorrow and buy all the Aleister Crowley works and read all of that and trip shit and start seeing demons. In fact, I'd highly advise against it. What I am saying, though, is, this sensei here, or wise man, he's out in nature experiencing the beauty of it all, and he has this insect on his hand. I really want you to watch out for animals and bugs. Look up their symbolism. And if it makes you feel any better, like, Native Americans were not evil. They didn't practice any satanic things or what have you. They were very in tune with the creations of the universe, and just in tune and working with the earth that was gifted to us as our home. So I think it might be a good idea, if you may be scared of getting too deep into something, don't Don't go out and buy a bunch of tarot cards. Don't go and read a bunch of Crowley, or get too invested in any creepiness. Just look up your dream meanings, okay? And pay attention to the world around you. Pay attention to nature, and pay attention to your subconscious mind. That's all you need to really do to get a bird's eye view on this whole thing. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I feel like the animal totems and the dreaming are going to be two big ones. You don't necessarily have to pay too awful much attention to like what's on the radio or what's on the TV or whatever. I mean, personally, I do get a lot of messages like that, and they're astounding. But yeah, you don't necessarily have to go that deep if that's uncomfortable for you. I feel like I have one or two more messages from this deck specifically. Do I have anything else? Anything else on this topic? Anything further on this topic? Rebirth in reverse. Watch out for snakes. If you do happen to see a snake, think about what maybe what your mind was wandering over at the time when you saw the snake. Just like, for example, I was driving to the convenience store the other day to pick something up, and my mind was wandering about somebody, and I just happened to see like a red flag laying on the ground in the grass, like it had fallen off of a truck. It was possibly one of those, when a truck is hauling an oversized load, they'll tie a red flag or two to like some long pieces of wood or something sticking out of the truck bed or whatever. And it was so funny because it was a literal red flag, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I completely understand now. I get it. I don't know what that noise was in my house. But okay. Anyway. And I bring that up because the snake, was thinking along the line. I was thinking about the same person a few months ago. And I literally see a snake laying in the middle of the road, and I'm like, good Lord, I know. Oh my goodness. The universe is constantly trying to talk to us. Like, all we need to do is pay attention. And get some sleep. And write down your dreams. All right, you lovely people. Well, I hope everyone takes care. I hope you have a lovely holiday, whichever one you celebrate at this time of year. Be it your, whatever you do, or if you celebrate all of them. I like a lot of holidays from different religions and backgrounds and belief systems. There's a lot of beauty in a lot of them. You'd be surprised if you learned some of the background on some of the different religious holidays. Again, another strange noise out in my kitchen. I have no idea what the hell is going on out there. But anyway, I leave you with that. Till next time that the mood strikes, definitely take care, be well, keep all the positive thoughts in your mind, and knock out those negative ones. I'll talk to you next time.